Yeah. So I would have liked
Okay,
to
Heretics
see
start
them maybe
on
try and keep a double
defense, and
duelist
we
for
got
this
Giants
one,
on
but
attack.
I don't think they're going to
So
vary
Giants on
too
attack, like I
much.
said, I want to see a lot of defaults,
A lot
like
of things
break
to
in the
look forward
util
to.
here from B
Mini Boo
garage.
on a neon, always a thrill, but
Not
Purpo
necessarily on a
matching him
pistol,
on the
but
other side.
I do want to see
Most
it
importantly for me, as always, Woot.
in the
This
other
man,
rounds.
the point of contact, the tip of
So,
the spear.
taking
for
a
Team
default,
Heretics
we've got a
on their
smoke
attack
as well,
side
which
more
double
so.
blocks vision,
And
so
I'm
they could
curious
have got
to see
up towards
defensively
short.
here on
So
Haven
2 people have to be
how
on 8,
this agent
and
is
then
gonna be
just
used
an
for some of the more
insta,
aggressive
looks like
plays
a
that you can go for. I think it probably
insta
opens
garage.
up a lot more A and C long aggression to just go swinging through. Maybe some cheeky garage peeks. Maybe just saving that shield for the retake. For now, a minute left on the clock, and GX have taken a bit of space. Problem for them is how wide open A is. The push could come through, and they would be none the wiser. So I expect them to be a little bit quicker and a bit more focused on one direction in the next couple of seconds.
Dude, I was expecting a default on the buy rounds, kind of on a pistol this one. Wow, Purpo's done unreal. Yeah.
He's even going to win that battle as well. A huge individual play.
Impressive.
From Purpo to start. Mini Boo wants to try and get back in as quickly as
It's a
possible.
cool pistol, so it's just like a slow default into a Vision Striker split of C, where you use this for your duelist.
On the neon, I should have been most excited about. Not a bad start for him.
TSM, see, TSM's where they use the Omenal. This is just Vision Strikers.
Well, Mini Boo, let's see if he can fight back against 4. Benji could do it. I'm not sure. Even in this scenario. Purpo's already spotted him, info there, and a firing squad of players.
Okay, nice.
Wall bang to finish it off.
Really cool pistol.
GX, a pistol under their belt, and a solid start here.
It's 2 now, right?
I'm really up in the air as to what we're going to see here.
What was my opinion on the NRG's Haven comp? I get the idea, but it's just playing on hard mode.
I'm excited to learn.
I don't think any team should try and play this map without an info sentinel. Like, I think the most important agent out of the whole map is Cypher or Killjoy. You've got to lock in one of them. They definitely misplayed their comp slightly on defense, like they got too many first kills with the, sorry, first deaths with the Clove. Like it could have been played better. We didn't get to see the full example of it, but for a VIP comp, for Afterplant, there's just better comps.
A little bit more difficult to adapt. And I think the GX are going to know that. You can see sort of patience.
Mate Andy with the 6 months. Appreciate the prime.
Have that explosive side of Purpo,
Thank you for doing that, dude.
I think we've seen it on Lotus before.
VIP comp, like where you have someone on defense that wins you the afterplant if you get him into a site.
Before, I think the pistol round might have taught you that, but I'm sure there's plenty more examples on the way. The 1-0 start sees GX in second round move towards garage, fake out some control.
This is really good signs from Giants at the moment. This pistol, this eco, really good signs. Yeah, especially if they cancel this.
The spams in the other direction. I thought they'd sent GX backwards, but they're continuing to aggress. Team Heretics.
Especially if they cancel this. You can cancel this if you want. Feel good. Got enough kills now probably, but.
One bullet. Need a reload there. Lovely stuff. And 2v3 opportunities for damage are definitely in play, especially with Benji Fishy.
Yeah, Benji's going to hit them pretty early here, so rotate's going to come in.
Only downside being he doesn't have any info behind him, so he'll have to split his attention a bit.
20 seconds, he's going to get close with the frenzy.
He knows that they're pushing long. Timing here could at least get him 1. That's the first kill under his belt. Anything more was going to be
pretty good.
difficult. Let's give him Rian's a little bit more of a chance. Stun is available.
Okay, it was a very nice eco still.
Already waiting for him to try and make that peak in GX, although it's very costly. They are going to have that second round conversion. Yeah, like you said, costly indeed. 2 players surviving, couple of weapons lost, shields having to be reinvested into. It really is going to run up the bill for round number 3. Depending on how much they decide to invest, you know, they do obviously have quite a few credits at their disposal, and we're seeing the investments go down to 4 rifles and a pistol. All in all,
okay, so
good opportunities.
The bonus is really good.
Especially attack side. Oh, even the stinger coming
bonus
out from
is
Cloud.
really good.
A little bit more. I know Ash is going to be happy with that. I've learned Ash is to the stinger what I am to the Odin. Bad. Wow, there was no need for that. Nice.
What
Stun
the hell?
Out of Purpo. At least catches Mini Boo up close and trades out those fights.
Oh, the Savage one. It's the cast of the Savage, man.
Yeah, they can sort of even up the field a little bit more with these early fights going their way. As said, with the composition that's being run by Heretics, it does sort of
this is a big loss for defense.
How they've got to play this map.
I'm sorry for attack. No smokes, so Heaven's pretty strong at the moment. That's why you literally see Reigns instantly go over towards Heaven. He's like, well, we killed the smoker? Sure, I'll play Heaven the whole time.
To see how they become adaptive. And I'm liking the fact that GiantX, after getting that early trade, are just patient. There's some very deep positions being held by the opposing side. But they also then don't really have any information about where this push is going to be going.
Lotus comp against NRG, Cypher Deadlock works on Haven, right? Yeah, for sure. I would try that if I was in a team right now.
To do with this composition, like
I would basically try this, and this is a Deadlock.
You know, you could get early rotations.
Just because I think it has the best aggro A hold.
Towards B, so that
maybe in the game.
Side,
not sure.
Regardless of where the contact comes in, instead that breach utility will not
pretty
be
strong.
here. And again, Benji Fishy finds himself facing down against a lot of players, but not alone. This time Wood is here with him, shield up, ready for the fight. He's got his first, but that's all.
That's impressive. 5 HP.
Rotates have come in.
Yeah, and Boo's gotta go big here, but needs to wait for his teammate. Got full util apart from one flash.
It's gonna be tough to take them down. Arians does have a full belt of utility to play with, but they're actually gonna get aggressive. The two lower HP players leaving Cloud on his lonesome.
Yeah, this is ISO after the nerf.
Going to be expected. Nobody really
Tino might have owned this.
They've already managed to bypass a lot of the
really nice. Okay, a bonus. Oh, they're on for this.
And, well, you can say the Heretics were none the wiser. Oh yeah, this was a very good adjustment with both players low. If you stay on site, wall bangs or open fights not going to favor you. So instead, they take matters into their own hands. Miniboo's early aggression being cancelled out. You saw the flash, you saw the stun. It was gorgeous work from this side, and then moving back in the other direction. Take advantage of that C site, but how they managed to deal with Benji, Fishy, and Woot, who shielded Woot. And it seemed the timing was good too. Benji took up the fight the second that the smoke faded, and Woot had a duel. But GX are coming ahead on individual fights. Again,
nice that the person far back shoots the turret, so they don't realize he's close.
Well, it is quite literally roster-wise even. Very different to what we saw previously.
Dude, Giants have been doing this the whole time though, right? His kind of he likes to clear instant question marks. Right, pressure down middle on this round, insta clear. Over towards bind when they're using ults, insta clear.
Got to keep their foot on the gas. I think map 2 also 12-6 down goes to OT. Exactly. Like they have proven that no lead is too big. In this round, at least, I'm not sure we can have too many expectations. Miniboo and Wu already down. And again, it's just patient from GX, waiting for them to make some sort of mistake. Play a little bit more aggressive. Stuns into both back corners, nowhere safe to stand. Utility being destroyed as well. And Benji, even just trying to get into the site, is met by nano swarms. Taking a hefty amount of damage. There's not really anywhere to stand, and I'm liking the fact that each time GX are not just sitting there and allowing them to retake, they are making it awkward. Yeah, being proactive once they find that early space, you know, discipline in the early round and proactive in the late. Couldn't ask for anything better, and quite literally, Andalusia flawless.
That's an insane amount of money. There's a lot of people that are
for the side of Heretics, yeah, look, we can look back at that and say they only had pistols.
There's a lot of people that are on like 8K
with
money.
Early pushes with jump scare fights, or even stacks on the back of a site that they managed to come out on top in. Not this time. I think the bigger issue for me as well, though, is the fact that we're not really seeing much needed to be used in terms of ultimates and stuff like that. Like, you've still got the Hunter's Fury available, Overdrive as well. Like, this is a lot on the line here.
Ooh, scanned him.
GX, and already
they're
going to try and get that opening pick.
Okay.
That's a great start from
big,
Cloud.
man.
Yeah, and they're straight in on the back of it. No stopping this train. Oh, okay, maybe there is. Miniboo does well. He was blinded up there, still got his one. Now,
gotta get another.
With the shield back online. The ult's gonna be
oh, so your teammate can flood into site, protect your body.
Big on the last map, but a big play needed here, and it's Woot coming out on top.
Good decision making on this.
Not even gonna be damaged. And the spike taken. But Hoodie has a 1 versus 3 to attempt. And sure, the shield will at least be gone from Woot, but
Probably won't win it. Let's see if he can get like 1 or 2 though.
Still, we've seen the last map from Hoodie look good.
Oh, he has a turret.
But they know he's gone too, because the turret the alarm bot went down. Yeah, the problem is he's going to have to take his time worrying that maybe Benji's still here or someone's lurking around in the darkness.
He's so dead.
Instead, he's going to be flanked on. He might not even get a chance to plant this spike. Left in the open, all too easy for Woot. And well, it took some time, but Heretics already have their first round onto the board.
Philip with the Prime, thank you so much for the 16 months, man.
Comes off this man again.
Thank you for doing that. Yeah, this was a sick ult.
Fury was beautiful. Shrouded step right along the line.
It was the ISO ult as well, though. I mean, Woot just did really good.
Again, Andy, you're doing a killer job today, man. Like, that flash hit, I knew he was blind. I saw he was in the path of the paranoia, but there was that split-second window we just saw
big round.
where Miniboo had an opportunity, and he seized that opportunity right off rip. And even then, as they have to swing
two
out
people
to
that get
clear
wrecked,
corner that he quickly
money-wise,
runs
if they lose this.
that
Big
opens
run
the
for
door
Heretics, and they
Woot to take
decide
those
to
fights.
go
And a
aggro.
very early bit of aggression coming out. Vulnerability
Okay,
put
let's
out by
see.
Woot as Miniboo
Giants
tried
like to insta-reclear where they
follow up
push.
on the kill, but they made it around
How
the
long?
corner. They
Let's
backed off
say
the
they
time.
reclear this at
No
115,
reset
I would
this
imagine.
early aggression.
What I've been seeing.
You could tell that GX were definitely panicking a little bit there. Fatinho's thrown out both his flashes already within the first like 15 seconds.
My
of the
main
round,
worry
so
here is that his
not gonna
calling
have
is going to
that
get a
blow it at
little bit
least.
too predictable.
On the other side, sure, similar
But
few pieces of utility have been
okay.
used. Purpo,
can work on that.
the speed of light, trying to make his way
Insta reclear.
towards this A site.
It could just be a read that they have into
Zorus,
Heretics,
and
and when they
it
take
has
this
left
early
the
map
B-side
control, they
at
never
least
actually
for a
hold it with
second
numbers or
open, but
crossfire.
It's not going to last too long. Well, there's some information there. The paranoia, though, obscures a lot of it. Big fight for Rian's. He's actually going to put the Rolling Thunder in.
That was big, man. This is a nice round from Heretics.
Easy, with a 5 versus 1. Purpo. Well, he was damn impressive on this Neon in the first round, but he smoked out with Spike down on the site, a flank underway.
It's very good for their recon as well, right? Two people that are really low. Everyone getting a free K, money-wise.
Yes, found the one player. Isolated the fight.
One less person getting a free K.
The squad will not be moving very soon. No, with the Spike down on B, it would have to be a pretty silly play from them. Good work from Heretics as well, because my main worry was that economy for the side of GX was really building up. Like, it was getting to a point where breaking it was going to be almost impossible. But 2 rounds like this, a couple of cleaner ones as well, although the money's not going to be affected and GX will still be able to buy, it's more so that it's building up on the other side. Heretics double up, get themselves to 2, and it does seem like being able to get their players in the right place at the right time, like the utility coming out from both Boo. More importantly,
he got scared by his brother TPing in the corner.
Before they even got into
Thought it was someone else.
What a start from Cloud on the IGL as well. 10-3 for the Sova. And he's been impressive all series long. I feel like a silent
Dude, their money's so good, man. I mean, Giants were pretty much hitting 8K around here, right? Maybe around here, I can't remember.
Even on Split had his rounds in the off angles. Taking that more supportive role. Immediate stun, smoke. And just worried for a reaction. The thing is, though, again, GX are being a little bit more patient with it. The drone is almost definitely going to have to force Miniboo back, but he stays in this aggressive position, hoping that maybe he can catch someone off guard, but after not getting anything immediately,
got info, though.
It has to be the fallback. The danger, though, is that he is the lone defender.
He caused his team to not help him.
There's not really any support.
Yeah. They're really heavy setup for punishing Garage or C-Split.
That round would make a lot, well, maybe less sense.
Maybe we can get a spam. Yeah, I love this. The spam's the right side wall.
Spamming through the
left side if you're running up.
Point. An opening duel is found. That's Cloud. 10-4 now.
The thing with Boo here as well is he creates presence up heaven, still has his Omen flash.
I like the fast lane helping them out, blocking that angle, even forces Purpo back. The vulnerable.
Yeah, and then they're gonna wait for the breach damage. Breach damage gonna push him out. Omen flash.
Already the stuns in, so much utility.
Oh my god, he's back to sight already. That's great. Great retake.
Leaving Hoodie 21 HP and just run for the hills, my friend. There is absolutely no chance that you're winning this from this point onwards. Holding onto the gun is the best case scenario. A really clean look to the retake for Team Heretics.
Yeah, that was good. They had all the best bits of util though, and they just used them well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't think you can account for Boo finding the opening, but the retake with all that utility is terrifying. And just ridiculous. Survives late to put the paranoia and the swing in with the vulnerable. You're doing so much damage as Miniboo. So many ideas here on the Team Heretics side.
Bait out util with the original wall. Yeah, it was nice.
Facing off against, it seems, and I'm assuming a GX timeout. We've got a timeout, and yes, it's popped up for me. GiantX have called this one, taking a moment.
We can definitely talk about saving some of the Uto into the after plant.
Everybody in the past always looked at those sort of old school DRX retakes, like using the paranoia that they always threw, like having whatever dart. But I like the way that they're combining the sort of stuns in place with not only, because they have multiple stuns, they have multiple sort of vulnerables and blinds that they can all throw in at once. It leaves very few places available for the side of GX to sort of stand. And I think that has been the sort of change for Heretics over the last couple of rounds is, okay, we don't necessarily need to try and like fight them on every single angle, like go for these hyper aggressive things. If we have a stellar retake like that, and well, obviously it helps that Boo got the opener, things can start to look a lot better for this defensive side. For GX, as I said before, they're using those light shields to make sure that consistently having buys is going to be a likely scenario. But after losing 3 in a row, Mitch, it's not really a surprise that they're going to try and stem the bleeding a little.
What is that kill trip?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Double
I think
kill
it was the
trips.
right time before things get out of hand. The lead is still there for GX. Now look to keep it that way. Fighting for a 5th. An early battle from Mini Boo.
It's a classic. Giants call a timeout on attack.
But he's not deterred.
Heretics go aggro. And
duels.
literally just seeing no alarm bot here, you pretty much know it's outside A.
Something you want to see him push around the other side of, and indeed
that's good info.
Hold the corner.
Holds on to it as well, and this is the first time. It's Giants, of course, so they're going to re-clear the question mark that was created.
The wall's a little too thick at that part, I believe.
The problem with this is next team that plays Giants, they're just going to go aggro, and then they're just going to push somewhere else on the map, just knowing they're re-clearing.
Call for a rotation, but it seems like, again, GX just showing themselves on one side, leaving a man behind.
I'll try and keep that in my memory for next time we watch them. See if they,
he's done quite
if they're on top of it.
Play contact and then rotate back quickly. We saw the same thing when he was playing Sewers. All the idea is here is just to make sure they have information, which is what I said.
Yeah, this is good from Giants though. They realized that they went over towards C to re-clear this.
So he's using himself.
Probably someone pushed over towards A, one person holding A. They create a bit of pressure, make sure that 2 people have to be here. Boo, once again, has done a very good job at just being like, this is fake pressure, and I got this, and you guys hold C. What a shot. What a shot again.
Headshot out of Hoodie. Well, that will deter further re-aggression and get a plant in for GX. This fake, it didn't fully work. It almost backfired. But now they found themselves in a 5v3.
It was a good round from Giants, though.
And well, I don't think Riance has long to live. The flash saved him for a moment, but not a moment longer.
Yeah, like this whole round was cool. We clear the question mark. Push back over towards A, make sure 2 people are here. And then, sorry, the question mark's over 2. And then just straight up C here. There should only be 2 people here max that they can over 1.
One of the picks in towards the side.
The calling's been good from Giants. I'll give them that. I've liked it a lot. It struggled a little bit on split, but that's probably gonna happen anyway.
You don't have as much supportive utility.
But if we look at Haven and Bind, it's been nice.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't need it, but this time maybe it would have helped. What a shot that was. I do think as well the push and the pull from GX, we're seeing it, the adaptations straight out of the pause, get a player pushed up on C, move back, try to sell the fake, and blitz in. And by golly, it almost worked. But
Heretics want to go aggro over towards A.
In fact, I think what they got out of it was
they're trying to push someone close, hold 1 here aggro.
To take down some players instead of setting
they're very proactive on their defense. I guess it makes sense for the double duelist.
So far.
Yeah, they get the 1 person set up, and then now they can go 2-2. Something that Giants have been doing very good is when they do a default somewhere else, they've been using their drone to re-clear A. Are we still going to see them?
But they have really landed on their feet with this, well, these maps at least.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I think anybody predicting GX to win this series.
Maybe there's it. Okay, we're going to drone into Garage.
Probably a loved one of a member of GX or part of the organization themselves. Yeah, exactly. you can't even say they're Spanish anymore, right? Because I think they go with Heretics. Well, here we go.
Jesus, bro, there's somehow people outside now.
Again, and GX are out of there before things get too
close the window soon.
Problematic. And instead, now looking into a slightly emptier site. Now you have to bear in mind, Coutinho is one off his ultimate. Same for Hoodie.
This is nice, but they don't have the drone to reclear this, so they just gotta go with just numbers. Recon closer as well.
Has support from Boo.
And Boo might be good for a lot here.
Again, it's almost just a bit of a ruse. They've slow walked.
Yeah, dude, the calling's pretty cool right now.
Respect the wall bang play, and
I can't believe he held that one down.
Always love to see it. Got some support here as well. Although flashes are no longer in play for Rians, they have still got Boo on the paranoia.
Big Joe coming up for Boo here. Insta close towards window.
Coming up behind and taking a fight just now. Already Cloud's able to drop him, and now
yeah, Cloud was on top of this.
Down flash. Now focusing on another duel. They're not stopping, and they might wish they did.
1v2 uses ult.
It's used right off rip. It's caught a player up close. Benji, and he's safe. Okay, another PC utility. Let's try to run the clock down a little bit further.
Oh, when he gets to this
use now needs to be attempted pretty soon.
Oh, that's unlucky. Thought he killed him.
It will be. They've dropped
this is a nice round from everyone again. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Team Heretics just one away. That was a chaotic round from GX, and I do feel like, Tom, they shut down the mid play, they open up A-Con, and then they want to keep fighting. I guess it's the plant position, though, that spurred them on for that. But that's the thing. There have been moments in this game where they've struggled versus the retake, so they want to... we've had successes and failures where they try and re-aggress. This time it just comes off the back of another sort of hero play from Benji and Rians. Like they won a lot of fights that, again, the expectation was they would go the way of GX, but when those heroes arise...
Okay, Heretics happy with setting one up over towards A, so they're going to do it again. Are we insta-omen flashing, or are we... No, okay.
Still in a pretty decent spot, but this is where the ults are starting to come into play. And I'm mostly looking at Hoodie with an opportunity here to just basically force players out of the site.
Double kill trip on site. Yeah, and as soon as they see that camera, it's like, well, we can't send it. Need to walk, try and break the trips. And you saw him as well. There's no way Purpo's alive.
But they weren't able to convert the kill. And now Miniboo's kind of isolated on the backside. Purpo able to drop.
Yeah, they left the spike. They left the spike in garage though. Ooh, Omen ult to pick it up. There's so much going on. This round is chaotic.
With Purpo very much still being a threat. The flank, it's being heard. It's definitely being heard now with the shield activated, but dealing with it will be a different thing entirely. Vulnerability, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's so nice. Heard the flash, knew that he was going to the angle.
He'll move towards the site, but Purpo is tearing through his teammates. Famzy with another 2 HP left. The shield soon to disappear, and no wall can protect them from that side.
I mean, 7-5 is pretty much the most common. It is an attack-sided map.
These rounds have become incredibly scrappy in the way that they've gone. Like, denying that ultimate initially seemed to work very well from the side of Heretics, like pushing them back into a pretty awkward spot. You had the re-aggression of Purpo, who actually runs out of bullets mid-fight and still manages to get away with it. And that's the big thing, like him escaping, so much more important. Right back into the fight to get rid of Miniboo, and then he just takes over the round. Like, that was a Purpo round through and through. And, well, if we're comparing at the moment, he's definitely been the better of the duelist. 11-4 right now. Oh, yeah. I mean, we got a taste of it in the pistol round.
He bailed out the guy in sight there, right, with that kill back to sight.
Rearing its ugly head. And at least for the side of Heretics, it's got to be
I think Purpo thought it was only one.
They've called a timeout. And it looks like... Oh. Okay, there we go. I thought no one was talking on the coaching staff. I was like, ooh. They're usually rattling off the commands, but... Yeah, there's a lot to discuss now. As we said, 6-6 in the first map of Bind. And when it came to the second half, Heretics ran away with it. I do have my questions about this composition, though, and how it's going to function for them. Especially with players like Purpo and Cloud popping off the way they are. Yeah, I think the thing for Heretics, this comp on the attack, I think will be fine. Like, it's going to be the same old leave Benji to lurk, like have Boo somewhere and maybe still in obscure spots, and then it's the Rians Whoop Miniboo combo that it's going to be problematic. On defense, it was always going to have its struggles, so it's just
sticking. Yeah, we'll stick with EMEA until it's done, and then we'll switch to NA.
Yeah, they should be. They should be. Again, I want to see it in practice. I'm sure there's some ideas.
Need someone to 2-0
that sleeve. Purpo can be a real menace, and they'll have that information clearing with Cloud.
Something that's been missing from Heretics here in the defense, and even then, they haven't really been sold into the fakes that much. They seem to be ahead of it a lot of the time. They've got players in position. GX are just coming up ahead. Now, all down to the spam battles. It's my kind of game. But Heretics are just backed off. They're not giving them anything. Backed off in some
Okay, so
ways.
Heretics pretty much...
In other ways, Woot's pushed up C-long.
Pretty obvious what they did with their timeouts. Go for a switch. We got early trip info. Holding over towards short.
Early.
And pretty much as this trip goes off, is he just going to leave site and play heaven?
Towards that A site. Smoke actually placed directly in front.
That cam at one point to get numbers.
But not going to have any problems there. And now Benji.
Yeah, saw 3.
Under pressure again. The full force of this squad.
Oh, okay, that was nice, man. Yeah, so the setup's good, but Neons are just so fast. It gets caught trying to leave sight.
Hunter's Fury. There's going to have to be something here. Maybe an attempt to take a 1v1 to even things up.
And this is good as well. Heretics actually, sorry, Giants actually saving 2 bits of main util to stop them from flooding out. They did use them at the same time though. And they messed up a little bit. Looks like it's all okay.
Absolute desolation from the side of GX with Rian's left to try to save this rifle, but they're going to deny it.
Used Omen Flash and the breach damage at the same time, but just had numbers.
For GX, one last shot for Team Heretics to keep this close. Deny that 8-4 lead. It would require a pretty big comeback. GX come in. Well, they've got a Neon ult, they've got a Sova ult. It's not the most in the world. What I'm terrified about, if I'm on the side of GX, is that man Woot. Once he activates that shield and fires through the ultimate, pretty much a 5v4 off rip.
Yes.
Well, since coming back from Master Shanghai, Heretics were yet to drop a map. They were 2-0 versus Na'Vi and Foot. I think teams that expectations a little bit higher coming into split number 2 than the likes of GX, but they have proven today that they're revitalized.
The calling's been really good. The understanding from Giants on this map is very good.
And another potential
at least
one
on
here
attack.
versus Heretics would definitely put the fear of God into teams they have.
Shield
coming up left. Purpo again. There to lead the charge. He's been fantastic. And there comes.
But it hit no one.
I don't think he caught anyone.
Dude, it went in between them all.
The back of the ultimate from Woot, and now they try and run in, and it's just a blender. Boo up above is the only real threat left. With Benji on
no way, Boo didn't even get that kill. They got 8.
That's a real shame.
Oh boy.
Even waiting until the spike plant, it could have been so much different, but Woot had already activated his shield, so he had to use the ultimate, and that ultimately comes back to bite them. 8-4 for GX, with an Andalucia flawless to close out the half. After, realistically, being 12-6 up, going to an OT, and having Heretics on match series, and as you pointed out, playoff point, it must have felt over in that moment. Sure, you're always going to believe, you got to try for every round, every inch is worth fighting for, but the reality is, in their minds, in their hearts, they must have felt like that was the end. And now, 8-4 up on map 3.
That was the map beat so bad. They, I mean, Giants did something that most teams don't do against Heretics, which is banning Sunset. Like, Heretics in the past pretty much always a map up because everyone wants to play them on Sunset for some reason.
Sorry.
I don't want to be anywhere near your DMs. Look to you.
Maybe a little bit mean.
Look to you, sir.
8-4.
Okay, at the moment it's, oh my goodness. At the moment it's 3-2 for Pistols, 1-0 on this map.
That look for Minibu is not something we've seen in a while. Normally this team is happy, laughing, cheering. But it has been a different story for him in this matchup. He didn't have a great split. Not looking his best here either. They definitely could change going into this attack, but they want to get that pistol off the mark. He's leading the way. First kill. The tip of the spear of Minibu, and Woot up right behind him. But again, Purpo does incredible work. It should have been a case where maybe he gets one.
Oh, enough to retake this. Boo still has his Omen Flash.
He has indeed. Paranoia still for Famzy, although the same can be said for Boo. The shield should be going down for Woot any second now, if not already. So that's at least something for GX. Smoke fading as he goes right on in, up close, and he almost got a shot at the second player. But Famzy's left to do it.
Okay, nice.
Shot from Rian's
4-2 all together for Pistols, 1-1
Heretics, and the road
on
to
the map.
recovery begins. Gap is now 3.
Their site hit is, they got so much util to set up Miniboo.
They lost the follow-up. The other thing I'll say about Miniboo is that so far, yes, Purpo has been a far more impressive Neon. He is 17-5 after that round. But it's a lot harder
of
to make
breach
it work
util.
on the defense.
Can sometimes have an Omen flash as well. And double
I think
damage.
for Miniboo, that's where this is where we can see him start to find that value himself, and Woot entering sites is going to be very, very difficult to deal with.
Well, we already saw it in the last map. Woot really coming alive on that attack side, able to take that first contact and almost just create havoc. And this round, well, Purpo's put that extra couple of kills into a Sheriff. Gonna try and do some damage in this round, but that's all we can really expect. Benji's already made quite a bit of presence forward. This is going to leave it. It should be impossible for Hoodie to get anything. Well, there you go. Miniboo just starting to farm.
You would like to see at one point Rian's get thrown the spike, which happens here, and you'd like to see him get a pistol thrown as well.
Yeah, listen, we're not going to draw any conclusions.
I'm surprised they picked Miniboo to do that.
Up against weaker weapons, it was a bit of a miracle.
Okay, there we go.
GX made it work last time. It
Got a Spectre.
Walking up into split.
But maybe they're fine losing that one, and he can hunt.
Catching Miniboo with his back turned as well. That ain't going to happen this time.
What you kind of want to see Giants do, at least in my opinion, on defense, is like aggro over towards A. As soon as they have one person set up over towards A, there's no drone comp. It'd be pretty much impossible for them to try clear back over towards A, or at least they have to go in numbers.
Drop the weapons and make it costly. Or, if they don't come your way, you can go your own way, straight into the spike. Patino at least gets an orb out of it, but so does Rian's. Now 2 away from a Rolling Thunder. The rest of the squad dying for their cash.
He's probably not the man you wanted to give an orb to. Of anybody that's still
that was
alive
nice that they checked over the
one of the more high-impact ults, but also is the closest to actually getting it. But that's why they gave those 2 players the pistols at the end of the round. It was basically an attempt for them to try and earn up something extra. Now this purchase from Team Heretics is still one to fear. 4 rifles. Rian's is going to take that back seat. The expectation being that probably either one of his teammates or one of the opposing team will be going down, and immediately you're going to see that same Sova util being thrown out with an attempt from Purpo to get aggressive, but that attempt was denied.
And this is Heretics understanding that if they do go aggro over towards A, like they're going to have trouble re-clearing this. So they just A default at the beginning and just make sure that
held down by a turret.
2 people here and they have to re-clear and try and push. And then if they do that, they're going to go util and there's someone here to punish it. A good understanding of Heretics, working out what their comp sucks at. Covering it up well.
In fact, as they make their way through, I think there's a spam set up from Hoodie. So straight off contact, they will just be spamming away. Unfortunately, the bot's being destroyed.
I like this as well. Camera to take garage.
The rotations underway from GX towards the B site. Now that the bot's down, they have to keep an eye on it. And I thought for a moment they might start to rotate over in the direction of C, because remember, turret got destroyed too, but
that's
instead,
3 people on
they're
site.
sticking with 3 on the A site.
They might get a smoke here.
They suspect this is where Heretics are going, and they have read it correctly. Winning the first fight was Boo, but
man, he ate the flashes.
Cloud's
gonna kill 2 probably.
Don't know about Cloud though. Surprise! 1. There he is. 1 for him, and that is all he gets. Hoodie here in time to support his buddy, and in fact,
okay, that was nice, bro. Good Omen flash as well on top of this. Yeah, I thought they were done for, to be honest here. Hoodie did great, Cloud did really good as well, just buying a lot of time getting the main kill.
And that's the thing, the read from GX was fantastic. Like you're in a spot where your bot's been broken in mid, then a player breaks the turret on
yeah,
C,
they had
so
no
the
idea
okay, this is either a split
Cloud
now
was
to
on
try
site.
and wrap around into the C site, or to go back into the B site and pincer in. And they just stack up on the A site. They have the read, and well, that extra player of Cloud buys time for Hoodie to get in, and that is what ends up winning the round. Big round from Hoodie, an important one at that. The problem though is how much damage it's done. Like, that was still the bonus. That was still a Spectre, that was still a piece or 2 missing. Now you have the Rolling Thunder, Overdrive,
and they lose this.
For both Neons.
Actually, if Heretics get a plant, they can still force next. But this is still a really big round.
See the coaching staff of Heretics, the players too.
And this is very good sign from Giants. We see him push over towards A. We've got one person holding this. They don't know about short, so they clear it. So the small window where Heretics can hit over towards B.
So far has not been leaning their way.
Yeah, drone clears this short. And we've got the one person set up so they can 2-2. This is very good from Giants.
So far they've looked like the better team.
And then now we're going to have to see how Heretics re-clear A control. And I guess it's just sending it with Miniboo.
The danger though is Purple in this corner. This is a gamble. Anything put through to check this, a stun, or even just a trade, leaves one side of the map very open.
How ready is he for this?
Someone to clear this or at least go down. That's the first. Stun not really working out. Trying to escape. This is going to be difficult.
He did great though, man. He did really well. Messed up his stun, but
placed on Purpo's shoulders.
Yeah, and that was prime example, right, of what the comp sucks at. Clearing this. Normally you would have a drone, it would go here, it would clear short, you would tag this person, they're wrecked, they're dead. But he gets one, holds down all of this, kills two.
Now it's been pulled back because of Hoodie's new position and that timing of Famsi.
It did, because there is question marks on the map though, it does mean that they over-rotated and left C open.
It's a competition.
Rienza's got his ult, it's a big round, so you imagine he's going to use it in the 3v4.
No, not yet.
Omen flash, double flash.
Allow GX to get close.
Oh my god, he's owned Benji.
The rolling thunder goes pretty bad. It only goes towards the spawn, and the rest of the squad's already gone into
owned
the garage.
Benji.
Has to hold strong.
Good stun from Rienz.
Rienz gets stunned, but Benji's still good to go. And with the cam up, he knows exactly where Fatinho is. Didn't manage the tag, but he might not need it. Rienz has gone down to secure the round, and the spam attempt
he thought it would have killed him.
But not good enough. 9-7. Heretics.
That was nice, man, in the 3v4.
They stand the other way around. I think Rienz dies to that.
It's done.
It really is just who decided to take
Rienz
that
had good util here.
But again, just a good
Didn't overthink about ulting his teammate as well.
Sure, the Rolling Thunder didn't do a mass amount, but just that little bit of delay enabled them to just fight the players back towards Garage first without being caught from other positions. Still, it came down a lot to the individual brilliance of some of the players on their side.
Let's fuck. Yes!
Just cut it off at the end there. Yeah, this is the new trip, right? I'm seeing it's Fnatic that do this on their default.
But yeah, no, I saw the Rolling Thunder, and originally they'd lined it up more towards B. Then it gets pulled back, go towards the spawn. I'm thinking this is a disaster.
Fatinho, yeah, he ate the breach ult, right? So that's why. Ate the breach ult, so they didn't have to worry about here, focused on Garage.
But those seconds were capitalized on perfectly. A gorgeous result for the side.
And I think this is the default that Heretics need to do more. The Cypher over towards A. They can at least get info and react off of it. Gonna be another retake. Got a lot of people here fast.
Retake attempt, shot in the back though, and deleted. Okay, a little bit of damage already, a chance. And now it's Cloud that has to convert it. 46 HP.
Oh, gets a gun.
87 with 23 for Boo. It's doable.
Yeah, this was still a pretty good eco. 9-9. Maybe see them take a timeout.
I think if you're talking about consistency,
so is it 9-9 or 8-9?
The player to watch over this series. Currently 18-9, which again, when you're playing the breach, a lot of the time we've seen him with Spectres, like lower weapons, trying to set up the rest of the team, and still have more than double anyone else on your team, especially when you consider who his team are. That's pretty ridiculous. He's kept them in a lot of rounds, and again, we're seeing them build into this now. Miniboo, I'm looking at the judge, but also
we got a backup gun once we get into sight, and we're just going to try overwhelm. We'll try overwhelm a site where there's 4 people. This is small chance for Giants. ISO always busted though.
He's been challenged on both angles, somehow finds one. Famsi comes up for the support. Great damage done with Benji, barely holding on to life, but still the kills seem to be swinging the other direction.
Damn, dude. It looked kind of similar to that Furia rounds that they had.
18 health, matching that almost of what Benji Fishy in effect matching it. There's not a lot that we can hope from either of those players. It comes down to Boo to create this space. No ultimate to work with. He can't TP for reposition. There's still Killjoy utility watching C, watching B. Where can he take it? Straight into the waiting arms of Cloud by the looks of
the Valorant moment, yeah. Both teams wanted to absolutely send it over towards A.
They almost don't need to fight. There's the smoke.
This guy's going to see the smoke and they're going to realize, right? Comms? Please? Yeah, the comms came in so late.
Will be taken out. And now they're going to try and go back. The problem is, I don't know if you realize Cloud was this close.
Oh no. Oh, it's falling apart.
And now any worries will have dissipated. they can get themselves into that after plant. There's only really one angle that they're going to have to keep an eye on.
Killjoy,
And there's nothing
Cloud, relax yourself.
To do in time to stop
Got Killjoy ult, drone and recon. Cloud.
I
Oh
thought he
my
was down and
guy.
out. I thought he was done for. But Cloud has pushed the site when they have a lockdown being placed. Completely disconnected in this 2v2. And now, well, the result is a very difficult clutch. Both players sitting in the same corner. I love this. Who's the first to swing? Is it the low HP Benji? You would think so. Allow Boo to play later on into the round. Already tagged by the turret.
Very nicely
Benji
done
to
from
find the
Benji.
kill. A 3K for him.
Oh,
A
it
standard
really
round, I
fell apart,
suppose.
man.
9-9.
The slow
But an utterly
comms over
ridiculous clutch. That
towards
smoke
B.
out of Boo, the
And you
timing
can blame
to
the people
catch
that
the
are
play
dead
in
for
the
that as well.
connector.
There should be dead comms here.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And then Cloud tried to just solo walk
I'm not
in.
sure if that was just an attempt to try and catch a timing, like using the lockdown just
Yeah, dude,
seconds
if they're
after,
willing
but
to invest the
it just
ult
seems
there, like, you gotta
disjointed.
play with the
And that's
ult.
the thing that
You know where they're
I've
gonna be,
enjoyed.
you're gonna have
Yeah.
drone
The
shocks.
second he comes out, ult's down.
But that's the thing I've enjoyed so far.
What
The
the hell,
GX
Weber?
has like a lot of synergy, even if it's been maybe more simplistic than they would have liked. They haven't had as much time.
And
as
they didn't
others,
use the
but
ISO ult.
That looked disjointed. That looked like a team with a new player.
That's true.
It looked like two players with two ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good
Doesn't
understanding
merge in the
again
gap
from
of the
Heretics
two.
going over towards
Hey,
A,
look,
just
maybe it
making
works in some world, but
fake
this
pressure.
ain't the one.
What is that question
Big
mark?
punish from Team Heretics. Stun is good, but they haven't seen Famzy. It's a free kill. He's got his one, and the rest of the squad's actually given up. Even the players that made it through have now gone back.
Well, there's a chance to even things up. Wu looking to take the
There's
1v1
no one to trade
versus
this.
Famzy. He's lost it before, and it's a little bit shaky, but he gets it over the line. Putting things back into a 4v4
Takes down the
scenario.
smokes as well.
Space has been taken as well by Boo. Deep in towards the garage. Paranoia will be thrown out, but two players still here. Hoodie almost able to get away with it.
There's
Marines
two
again
people
is
winning
there
out
to
the
save
duels.
Yeah, and
Oh
the
man, it's a
beautiful thing
really
about that,
devastating one for
and
Giants. The
compliment
round
Heretics
before
for
this,
it, they have
followed by
three
this
players
round,
coming through
means that
that
they have
choke
to
point.
eco.
They're swung from
Gotta
two
save
angles
guns.
at exactly the same time.
Heretics,
And they
unreal money
divvy
for the
up
rest of the game.
responsibilities perfectly, able to deal with both. No blind side. And GX left to save on the other side of the map. They will carry these rifles through to the next round because their credits are low. And what that means for Heretics, especially because they're not hunting down aggressively, they're playing for the win in this round just in case. They get to build up their economy. They get a buffer. They'll also take the lead here with double digits locked in.
That's exactly the same as
Last
the
round,
previous
yeah.
map. They've started that comeback a little
That's
bit
the main
earlier.
one. There's pretty
Start
much
to see
always
those
like one
individuals
round
popping
where you're
off
just like,
again.
well, this is the one that
Brians
cost us
just
it.
with high impact plays, but
That'll be
Benji
that
now
round.
starting to come up to the table as well, and that's just where, like, if you're GX, you
3v2
needed to
is
sort of
brutal.
stomp out the rounds where you had those advantages. You needed to put those rounds on the board when you had the chance, and well, now with 6 of the last 7 rounds, obviously the pistol included in that, GX are going to take a moment to take a pause, but we are now in the position where this game is very quickly slipping away.
Yeah, that's got to be tangible. You know, not long ago they had Heretics.
So sad to
They
get
had players with
ulted by
heads
Wu.
in
Yeah,
hands,
can't be a great
coaches
feeling.
looking disappointed, dejected, and instead, now shoes are on the other foot. Shoes are on the other feet. Anyways, point is, GX are the ones that are struggling. They're having a tough time out there, and we need to see that resurgence fairly soon. They've carried a rifle forward, carried the 2 in fact, but a buy up here's not likely. We should be seeing them concede 11-9. Building up some more ultimates as well. Rolling Thunder for Fatinho should be online, could be online for the next round. It depends. A kill and a death will get it. An orb. Or defuse if they win. We'll see. Just 2 to go.
I think that the saving grace is the fact that the
Giants?
two guys currently
Yeah, they're
having
just
the
doing
rifles
like a
on 2 with,
Furia
well,
cosplay
a
where it's like,
pretty
damn,
hefty
imagine if
kill
they looked like
advantage
this
over
from the
rest of their team.
beginning.
21 and 18 kills for Purple and Cloud. Again, I think another sort of real shining light of this team has been Purple over the last couple of weeks. I think definitely proving that that change was worthwhile, at least for him. For now, though, it looks like we're going to get another brawl.
Not another one of
over a
these.
long fight of everybody.
Not another one of these. Okay, it's only Boo committed.
These pistols, you gotta make use of it up close, and there it is.
Yeah.
The crazy play is the
And
one
you can
that
see
catches
some of
Boo
the
off guard.
neon stuff
A
is
rifle drop.
wrecking their
Benji watched
timings.
back. I don't think that he was seen by the drone. He has the space, he has the time, and probably not expected to be in this
Wait,
position.
Benji?
Eyes focused forward, one looking back, and it is Cloud.
Wow.
Rifle catches him rolling. Thunder used back towards mid. That's an
Dude, Cloud
unusual use
expected
of
him
that
at
ultimate,
spawn.
let me tell you, but it's bought them some time, perhaps, to get this plant in. TP attempt onto long, it should be heard. They should know. He's rejoining his teammates anyways. Player up in heaven is Woot, but he's tagged quite low, down to 48 HP.
Oh
Nice
no,
shot
and this guy in
from
heaven now
Riaz.
takes the
Guy's
play.
just been on fire, his 20th kill, and now support comes in, barely needs it. This is gorgeous. Hoodie's the last man standing.
This is a very nice try for Giants, though. It's a good round from them.
Take down with the plant for him, and Miniboot nowhere to be seen. He literally cannot find these players. He'll have to just sprint down short to even have a chance, or try to bait them into the open. But look at the plan. Vulnerable wall bang, vulnerable wall bang. And now you're running out of time, buddy. Very well played by the side of Heretics, playing with their food, and sure, it bites back, but it's already too late to claim the win.
Yeah, again, like you take this round in isolation and you're looking at 2 rifles, pistols.
I was gonna say, does he not want to die?
Your opponent using an ult and you've killed every single one of their players. Like it's a good round from GX. Like you can't take that away from them. The problem is the context. Financially, has it damaged Heretics? No. Will it put you in a better position for the next
Mid-round here?
round?
Yeah, well, as soon as they see, as soon as Benji gets the info that there's so many people here, just to pivot over towards A for
So now
spawn.
you're still staring down the barrel of a gun that sends you pretty much out. You are, it's out of your hands, that's for sure. You're relying on other teams losing in almost
Alright, this is it now for
perfect
Giants,
order.
because next round will be a bit of a nightmare.
And you then have to win the next
The
game.
low buy won't be great.
The likelihood seems almost at 0 if they lose
I
this
like
map.
that though.
And those narrow
Long
margins
wall
could
kind
be
of
what
makes
cost, because
them
it
feel
has to
like
be
they've
said,
disrespected
GX
their
has
smoke
played
cover towards there.
excellently today. Like
They're
the
gonna
level
know,
we've seen
or at
today
least
in
feel like one
comparison to other
person's
weeks,
holding
it's
this.
not even comparable. Like it's not. This is a different squad for one player completely. But it might not matter in the end.
That's the sad part. Too little, too late, perhaps. Nice angle by Benji. See one player across the left. He knows that there's 2 inside of Garage, so that will be kept an eye on late into the round.
Up with the spike, trying to bait out the breach shot.
This isn't just a suspicion of a play. They know that there should be a play coming in here. In fact, Team Heretics fake planted on B, now have come back to the window. I did wonder if maybe we'd see some utility thrown towards Garage, but instead it will be a slow approach of roll the dice. The C side, they've chosen correctly and caught the fight out of Garage just in time.
Yeah, they were, oh boy.
That's fancy gone as well.
They were
It
so
wasn't bad
confident
enough
that
already.
they called to go back towards
There's no
A here.
utility to delay over on this C site anymore. The stun from the other side means the Purpo diving through this, it would seemingly be suicide. They're actually going to go for it. They're going to try and make a play.
Can't win
well,
that one.
It's about as much of a slaughter as expected.
Okay, 3 chances. One person's a little bit wrecked money-wise.
1 away from playoffs confirmed for Heretics, a place we always expected them to be after their Masters.
Definitely a lot
performance
closer
and
than we
after
thought, though.
how well they've been doing in this split. GX have given them a run for their money, but after just 1 round win, the bonus round is all they've won in the second half. They need to now find 3 in a row just for another bite of the cherry.
3v5, I don't know.
This is going to be the kind of series that haunts these
I think,
players.
and no matter what, there's always going to be one area, like there's always going to be here or here that it doesn't hit.
At the start,
You're going to have to go in.
ran away with it. The second
I think saving the breach is better here, to be honest.
Now GX are behind 3 in a row for OT. Heretics.
Like, I think no matter what, they lost that round.
Their slot being filled in playoffs, and it's Benji Fishy. Oh, look at the position.
Hey,
It's
this is much better for them to
gorgeous.
flood in,
He's
though.
got one. Slowed down the push. The Odin didn't find success, but
Did
there's
he?
still plenty more players to fill in the gaps, and they're doing just that. Purpo popping the ult in a desperate attempt, and Cloud does find one straight through the cage. It's not over just yet, but that might be the final.
This was a
nail in
good
the
game,
coffin.
though.
Big
Giants
play needed
gave
by
it
Purpo. He's
a
moving to
much
the
better
side,
go than
but
I thought they
players
would.
just tucked in, waiting for a chance to take the fight together, and they're not giving him an inch. Good look in this one. With time ticking away, even a vulnerable through just to make him slow that down a little bit more.
Poor guy, dude.
Cam catching him. Oh my goodness, he's not got an inch to breathe. And this could be it, and it should be it. It almost wasn't.
I think it's close to the individuals not having the best day. That was a bit of a factor. Heretics had a few mess ups where they maybe played a little bit individual as well. I think their comp as well can struggle sometimes.
What a resurgence, what a recovery, even on maps that we'd seen previously. But as we said, it might